everybody. And we are live right here on Philly Funk Radio. And this is our Philly Live show for, what's today, September the 19th, 2024. That means next Friday will be my 50th birthday. And joining us as always, actually, we have, of course, my co-host, Mr. Warren Bloom. My co-host, Mr. Van Stone, and joining us, actually, they're both the co-hosts, Warren Bloom and Van Stone. Go ahead, guys.
And not guys, Van Stone. Okay, everybody, welcome to Philly Live and Cali Live. Of course, I'm your host, Van Stone, the face behind the voice. And today, we've got an exciting show. So, of course, we have Jerry Wilson here, the man, he's on the boards. And we have Warren Bloom, of course, former candidate for mayor, co-host. And we're all moving into some interesting new things with this new Van Stone Productions Foundation Center here in West Philadelphia. So anytime you're in the neighborhood, in Philly, in town, stop by, drive by. We're here on Walnut Street, 5037 Walnut Street, between 50th and 51st and Walnut. 5037 Walnut Street, second floor, and you can check out all of the new center. With that in mind, of course, we're pushing for what's called Black Town. We don't have a Black Town for Black Americans in this country, and we're trying to be the first to make history in what we call this century, the 20th century, the 21st century. People don't understand when you say 20th, 21st, 19th, whatever. You go backwards one number just to help you out. So just in case you guys don't understand that, that's how they do these century numbers. But anyway, enjoy yourself. We hope that everything is going well. Shout out to, of course, all our states. Virginia, we always throw that out first. Go, Utah and California, already said that. So if you want to be involved with the show, give us a call at 610-803-1624, 610-803-1624. We're highlighting, we have a new video music show based on after the one and only, the originator who did the music video shows, my man, everybody should be so familiar with. All the black, premiere and superstardom that really got the video show going. So we have some other things going on. We've got the Warren Bloom Family Center going on, working with communities outreach. Some new things is happening here. People are really interested in different services that we have. We're dealing with adults and children, 18 and up, 18 and under. We'll change diapers too if we have to, just to let you know. I'm not joking on that one. So, we have the counseling support. We have the mentoring support. I want to throw a shout out also to my man, Skip Hard Rock Hamilton. He is, with us. We haven't heard from him in a while, but he will be back pretty soon. And he'll be giving us an update about what's that all about with Soul City Mentoring. Based on the same type of thing. So it's a lot that we're tying in to this new community center. And we still have room for more. We want all you chefs and cooks out there, or if you're interested in the food and beverage industry, we want you to get in touch with us because we have special training dealing with that. But we're also moving into another industry which is going to be a hot topic, and we're going to talk about something today that has something to do with incarceration. Watch this. We are going to be dealing with the incarceration industry. That's right. People thrown in jail is a business. And most of us from the black community may not understand that. So if you end up on the wrong side, not the wrong side of bed, you can wake up on the wrong side of bed, you'll be okay. But if you work up on the wrong side of the law, man, that's really going to be a tough situation. So with that in mind, let's go to the topic I want to jump into. Not the political topic, because we dealt with that. We can go into the Kamala Harris and Tim Walz and running for president, former President Trump. The hot topic is the Hollywood entertainer known as Corn Puppy, P. Diddy, uh, this man, I'm telling you, it's just a shocker. And right now, boy, all the allegations has been made against him. Uh, it's just even hard to believe. But so we're going to talk about that and start out with that, just so you know, guys, we are current and paying attention. So, Jerry, you want to start out with that, or Warren, you want to start out with that? You guys got any insight on
By the
the
way,
Sean P. Diddy
that's oh
Combs
yeah.
Puff Daddy?
So none of this surprised me in the least. It's just all of this stuff's coming out. It started with this all started with Harvey Weinstein, who actually just got more charges against him, even though he's in the hospital. They threw out his other case, but now they filed a superseding indictment, and that's basically a new indictment because I think the charges were dropped in the old one. I forgot why, but all this stuff came out, and that was
Oh,
coming out. Then you had R. Kelly. Well, then you had Bill Cosby. Then R. Kelly. Now Sean Puff Diddy Combs or whatever his name is. Or
yeah, yeah.
they call him.
Uh,
His new nickname is the Diddler. I don't know.
oh my gosh,
The
I don't
diddler.
know.
I'm just saying. So,
Hey, man.
hey, listen. What surprised me was that they actually did not let him out. As of right now, he's not out on bail. They're holding him there. He's being remanded without bail. So
Right,
most of the time, celebrities like him automatically get bail. But I think the main factor is he's considered a high flight risk, and that they're
right.
concerned that he may hop on a plane because he was away and just recently came back. So they're afraid that wouldn't you if you had the charges stack that you probably run too. So
Yeah, man. We
Warren,
talk.
I wanted to get your opinion about that.
Well, you did you say Warren or Van?
Warren,
Okay, go Warren.
Yeah,
What's your
well,
opinion?
in cooperation with this anticipated investigation, as you know, he returned back to New York so he could be there to face any of the what he knew what was going to be these charges. And once I thought about it, he should have been given bail. But however, these again, yeah, like you were saying, Jerry, all those who preceded him from Weinstein to Bill Cosby. Uh, it's two things about this situation. Really, um, as African Americans, we still got to deal with uh, the situation of racism and things like that. And even though I'm not trying to justify anything he's done or anything or defend him, but we still have that. We have to face that he is African American, and anytime uh, we get a certain amount of status, uh, white people become offended by that. However, but since he has so much compelling evidence against him, somebody has called this a prosecutor's dream.
Wow.
So it appears that, for all intents and purposes, they have the evidence to prove their case, and that he is facing probably a maximum of 25 years.
Oh boy. You think 25 years is boy, that
I think
is
that might be
nowhere
a.
near close
I think that might
enough.
actually be a minimum.
A minimum,
Yeah,
maybe a minimum, yeah.
yeah,
But
that
he's that he has to deal with the fact that he may be in jail for the rest of his life.
yeah, of course, of course. And the charges are just unbelievable. Um, Racketeering, that deals with violence. I mean, a lot of people don't understand what racketeering is. That
Mhm.
means behind what you're trying to accomplish in the wrong way, you're violent behind it. People are in fear, and this is what makes a success. So when you get charged with something like that, that means you're trying to even overpower the power of the government. The
Mm.
government feels like they should be the only ones who put you in such a fear and even use violence. The government feels that they have a right when they need to use violence. So if you're not a part of the government, you're doing all these things. then it's a racketeering situation. And not only is that's bad, but we do know with the exposure, he was exposed in a violent way. Um, the young lady who was a music artist and how he attacked her and it, was on tape. But here's what's interesting about it. The facts that they're trying to say, the reason why they brought that issue is because it's based on she was trying to flee whatever was going on, and he would not let her flee. Now, we don't know if all these things are true, but I tell you, it's a really bold situation to be the only one and the mastermind behind trying to stop someone to flee. And then you have it where you're seen doing this. And so it involves other staff. You put them in a bad situation. And in each case, what's interesting that the people who were not even involved, but were just doing safety or security, they are the ones who had to intervene. Now, these are people who are not even law enforcement. So this is what makes this really different, So it's not law enforcement doing their job, but it's a person who's just doing safety, and have to go in and actually save a person. And then that still wasn't good enough because clearly we all saw that the person still didn't get away, with that person back. Jerry, did you have a comment?
Well, yeah, I don't think a lot of people understand exactly what RICO is, and RICO is it stands for racketeering and corrupt organizations, and basically what he's being charged with is having like a racketeering and human trafficking enterprise, basically, sort of like what Jeffrey Epstein was doing. If you want to bring him up in this, where he would actually bring these women interstate for the purposes of having sex with them, just like what R. Kelly was convicted of. And when the government charges RICO on you, then that's pretty much your. I can't say the A word, but that's pretty much That's your head at that point.
Woo, woo, you got close. I'm glad you didn't, man. Boy, I tell you, for all of us, and that's a very powerful point, as Black Americans, that's why I said it earlier. With our organization, we're going to tie this point in and we're going to move into other topics. Our organization actually deals with knowing your rights. And it's so important to know your rights. And if you don't know your rights, you have questions and you need help or support, even if you're in the wrong. The thing with the law is that everyone has to follow the law. Think about that. So it's not just the person who does wrong, but it's also the individuals who will follow up with the punishment or the discipline. By the way, we do have someone else on the show. William Colbert is on the show for the first time. He's a special guest of Warren Bloom. So, Warren, if you're there, I'm not sure if William can hear us. We cannot see his video. Maybe he doesn't want to be seen, but tell us a little about William Colbert, just in case he can hear us. Warren.
Well, William Colbert is a great citizen, first of all, and a registered voter. And he's been dealing with some challenges himself, being dealing with his employment situation. And I don't know, he may want to explain a little bit about some of the challenges he's having. But William, if you're there, you want to make a comment or say hello to some of our guests here. Please feel free to say something.
Well, Jerry, is his mic
we're about
open?
to go to break.
I see an icon.
Yeah, his mic may be off. Yeah, you may have to turn his mic on.
Okay.
We're going to break.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right.
Heather and I had an argument just like any other couple. I was lost and lonely. I had snapped, I had a gun, and I was going to take my own life. Heather helped me realize that there was still life to live, for the better of myself, my family, My weapon is now safely put away.
My son Ricky took his life by the use of a firearm. It broke me in ways that I never knew that I could be broken. And I contemplated suicide. Afterwards, we found out his girlfriend, she was pregnant, that was my grandson. I was gonna have to be here for him. I still own my firearm. I keep it in a safe because I want to keep my grandson and myself safe.
A moment of crisis can happen to anyone.
Store your gun securely, locked, unloaded, and away from ammo.
All right. And we are back, and we have about 12 minutes left. So, as always, when we come back from break, we're going to go. You know what? I'm going to go back to Warren this time. Warren's going to bring us back in for the last 12 minutes.
Okay,
Warren,
but before
did
Warren
you have a
hold on,
topic you
Warren,
wanted to bring
let
up?
me go with, just in case our viewers or listeners who just joined us, of course, I'm Vance on Face Behind the Voice. You're watching and listening to Philly Live and Cali Live, co-host Jerry Wilson, and of course with co-host Warren Bloom, former candidate for mayor. So we want to get that in just in case on the second half after the break. We want to do that, which is very good. And if you want to check us out, we have a radio station, phillyfunkradio.com, www.phillyfunkradio.com. Enjoy the great music that we have. We're well-rounded in our music, and I'm sure we have something that you would like to hear. Also, we're on YouTube. Go to Philly Funk Radio YouTube in case you want to see if any of the shows you've missed previously or upcoming shows. And we also have Power WVSR 1360 YouTube. You can check out the history of what we're doing there. So that's what we wanted to get into. Now we're going to jump back to you, Warren. Warren, don't go away. We are here. Are you still there, Warren? Okay, I think
Warren
his
gone.
mic is up. Yeah, so let's keep going. He'll come right back. So for whatever reason, I see an icon on his mic. So we'll pick up with a new subject, and then Warren will come back. There he is. Warren, are you there with us?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Warren, we'll let you pick it up. We had this guest who, for a second, William Colbert. Tell us a little bit about Mr. Colbert because he can still watch the show. If you can fill us in, what's going on with him?
He has been trying to get his credentials concerning employment, and I think it's concerning his social security card or something. But it's something really stupid that they didn't. They're just. It's an unusual case, but he's trying to seek employment, but for some reason he needed a certain amount of his ID, and I think that it can include his social security or something like that. But I wanted him to give us the details, but for some reason he may not have wanted to talk about that. But
Okay.
he may come back in.
All right. And you don't know the detail. Is it that he's being interfered with employment, or is just
Yeah, for the most part, uh, a lot of times, we take things for granted, when we can work and do things, but a lot of people are challenged with trying to find the employment they need, but for some reason, uh, the system is working against them.
okay? All right.
But
So, well, we're going to kind of leave it at that. It's a little bit of mystery. I could speak on it, but we're here. So that's good though. So it opens up about what I was saying. Before the break, we also have something with Van Stone Production Foundation. We have a website based on knowing your rights, and that ties in. Also, it doesn't have to be to the extreme of incarceration. It can just be regular issues, what you think or may think or believe is abuse. So we've been doing this for a long time, and we will, allow anyone to register to our organization. So you can just look up Van Stone, Know Your Rights. You can Google search Van Stone, Know Your Rights, and you will find that as well. And right now, one of the reasons why we're bringing that up is because there's just so many things that's happening after all these years. Is that you, Warren?
yes,
Is that you, Jerry? Somebody said something.
No, that was feedback.
Oh, Oh, okay, okay. So let me finish up, and then I'll throw it back to Warren or you, Jerry. So over the last, wow, 40 something years, there's just been so much corruption, and the violation of our rights has been the part people don't know what to do. So I have a long time been an advocate for everyone knowing your rights, regardless, you still have rights. And this website has been around for a long time as part of our program. We encourage people, if you have an issue, we will, for free, consider whatever the issue is. And, we do have all the support, legal aid support. We have professional people who will look into it, which leads to who we are. We're also media. So we do investigations and we talk about different topics. And we're going to have an upcoming current topic dealing with something that has started a long time ago in Philadelphia. Right now, I'm going to wait just a little bit before we get into that, but it's going to be really good. So, starting with this website, you can just Google search Vanstone Know Your Rights, Vanstone Philadelphia Know Your Rights. And we would like you to register. You can put your comments in or issues and read what we really do. That's really going to be powerful. So with that in mind, I'm throwing it back to either you, Jerry, or you, Warren.
Well,
All right.
yeah, it seems like I'm taking on new adventures, and I'm going to be trying to solve a murder mystery, in a
Oh,
real life murder mystery.
okay.
So that sounds pretty challenging, but I believe I'm up to the task.
Sounds good to me. Wow. What about you, Jerry? What do you have to say?
Well, I still got that delay going on, so I got to take the earphones off. So, remember, we have a music video show. We're going to try to get to it tomorrow. I'm not sure exactly what time, but probably at around 4:30, 5 o'clock, or something like that, if that's okay with you, Van. Um,
Okay, sounds
There's
good.
not a whole lot going on my end. I was actually going to say this in my closing comments, but I actually wanted to give a shout out to legendary musician, singer, songwriter, Mr. John Oates. John Oates, he was the other half of the group Hall and Oates. I had the pleasure of actually speaking to him yesterday during the course of my employment, and he was down there a few times, and we got to, speak to each other. So I just wanted to actually send my condolences out to John Oates again on the loss of his father, who passed away last month at the age of 101. So, John
Mm.
Oates, if you're
Wow.
out there by some forum watching, again, my condolences. And hopefully, maybe we could get you on the show one day.
Okay, that sounds good. And speaking of, let's move to the next thing. Well, we know that Philly Live is very popular. It's popular even outside the United States and Canada. And for a long time, of course, Jerry, with Philly Funk Radio, you have been bringing in music and also other radio station formats, looking on your platform. So there's a strong possibility this gentleman, we will give him a shout out. He was telling me about who runs operations and radio in Canada. And hopefully we're going to get him as a guest on our show.
Oh,
So tell us a
yes.
little bit about him.
So, yeah, also giving a shout out to Mr. Michael K. He is the DJ and he's also the owner of T Rex Radio out in Canada, and he is one of Philly Funk Radio's broadcast partners. We also have Mr. Juan Johnson from One Media World out in Detroit, Michigan. And maybe one of these days I'm actually going to speak to them, and we're going to try to get both Juan Johnson and Michael K on the air. And we've been in this partnership for the last like 5, 6 years, and we've never had them on. I would like to interview them about what they're doing, the good things that's going on with Philly Funk Radio, as far as us working with the radio partners and so forth. So I can't say a whole lot about it right now, but once this comes together, it's going to be on.
Sounds good to me. So before I throw it back to Warren, I'm going to bring out
And
the last thing we were talking about, which
by the
was
way, we're about to
illuminating.
go.
Okay. All right. Well, since that's the case, we're about to go. Let me throw it back to Warren. Warren, you got, I guess, 30 seconds or less to give your final thoughts.
Well, again, we're looking for some exciting things coming up here on Philly Funk. So please We want to invite more people to come out, and we're going to be sending out invitations for more people to join us locally, so we can deal with some of these local issues in relationship to what we're dealing with nationally.
Okay, so in my last 30 seconds, I'm going to say, listen, stay tuned, all of our followers and viewers. I'm going to piggyback on what Warren said. We are about to get involved into a real current time murder mystery, and it's based on the real life of Robert Sugar Bear Lark. That's his full name. Well-known individuals, been incarcerated for over 40 years. And we're going to get involved with this mystery and, involve the whole team and the staff, Philly Funk Radio and WVSR and everything else that we have. Fill up front page news. We're going to bring back out the one and only Tyree Johnson. He was the one of the originators of the I Team, where this is the type of thing we've done investigations and get to the heart of the matter. So that's a shout out. If this message gets back to the family of Robert Sugar Bear Lark, you know, we're going to be there for you, and we're going to start this actual news segment, news story, media wise and documentary wise. That's what we do. All right, so Jerry, back to you.
And by the way, one of the things all you guys would be happy to know, and I don't even know if you know this, Van, but a long time ago, now I'm also involved with this mystery as well. So, and a lot of people don't know this. You guys might not even know this, but a long time ago, when I was in my early 20s, I actually did work with a private investigator doing research and stuff like that. So, it's kind of nice to. I've always liked to find out new things, get knowledge, and to uncover mysteries and uncover truth. So I think this is going to be interesting. And that's pretty much all I have to say for right now, because I got to go. But we're going to wrap up, and we'll see you guys next week or tomorrow.
All right.
All right, everybody. And I'm going to
Okay.
fix this delay.
Okay. We're
All right.
fine.